And it's not that they want material things, it's more that they don't realize their power. And so hopefully in this video, I can help you realize more of your power. We have forgotten who we are. We have the power to break through obstacles. And sometimes we meet challenges. Sometimes we need extra help. Because what I've noticed with people is they learn the law of attraction and they watch YouTube videos and they go to the blogs and stuff like this, and they learn. Maybe they watch Gaia. Maybe they, just study. Maybe even they take intuition. They take my advice and get tuition within. But even with that, it's like I still speak to people on the phone, like one-on-one. And I still realize, I'm aware of how disconnected they are from a higher power, how disconnected they are from their truth. And it's not that they want material things, it's more that they don't realize their power. And so hopefully in this video, I can help you realize more of your power. So when it comes to you watching this video, you're probably seeing me on YouTube or IGTV. You're looking at this mobile device or computer, whatever it is. I just want you to know that everything you're looking at right now is inside of you. It's not outside of you. There is no outside. There is no inside. It just is. It's all one big energy ball, energy system. Everything is energy, just different frequencies. There's different levels of vibration. If you can imagine the ocean, right? The ocean, we got the shallow, and then we got the deep, right? It gets darker and darker the more you go down. And so what we have to acknowledge is that when it comes to the ocean, it's just like if a fish is in the ocean, he's swimming through the ocean. But at certain depths of the sea, different fish life live. Okay, and so it's different frequencies, different densities. And so us as a human being, our brain can only interpret certain frequencies. We can only see for a certain bandwidth, and the bandwidth in which we see, hear, feel, touch is just one of so many infinite different bandwidths. And so we need to understand that this reality and what we feel and what we can touch and what we can hear and what we can see is like smaller than a speck of dust. It's like there is no size in actuality, but if you could just imagine it as like a grain of sand, that's how much our reality actually is. There are suns that are thousands of times bigger than our sun. Right? Crazy, right? So our sun is huge, right? So can you imagine the other suns that are out there? And they know this, they know that there's like huger planets and stuff like this. And so when we think of a human being, we are very small in comparison to these particular objects. Now, where am I going with this? It's all energy, it's all infinity. And so when you look at this big huge sun, or this big huge thing that you're wanting to manifest into your life, it's not a big huge thing, because it's one and the same. Because to me, an ant, I'm a giant, right? To a grain of sand, I'm even bigger than a giant, right? So I'm just huge. And so we need to understand that whilst in this reality we have duality, we have bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and better and bigger and better, and that's what we're taught, that bigger and better is the way to go. Everything just the same playing field right here. Everything is the same. Nobody has more power, nobody has less power. Nobody's more attractive, nobody's less attractive. Nobody has more money, nobody has less money. Maybe in reality you're like, oh, he has more money than me. But what we say when it comes to money is that success. Okay, he has more money, so he's more successful, or she's more successful. Someone who lives a normal, regular lifestyle might have more happiness and more success in the inner world than that person who has a significant amount of money. So it's all a level playing field. And we can understand this in terms of duality. You can create the life that you want from a more empowering space. Because it's not that you're not confident, it's just that you're not realizing your confidence. Can you understand, like, when you say that you're not confident, you are confident? Because it's along the same pole of confidence. It's one pole. So if we move into normality, if we move into the isness, we realize, hey, it's not that I'm not confident, it's not that I'm confident, I'm just operating, and conditioning is operating on this side of the scale or that side of the scale. And what we want to do is become observers and realize, no, it's just confidence. It's not, a way of being. It's not like, an attitude or anything like that. It's just just emptiness. It's emptiness and fullness at the same time. This is source, this is power. And so when I speak to people, I hear anxiety, I hear pain, I hear suffering, which is totally normal. But it's almost to the point where some people, what happens is they've been living this way for so long, in their mind, they believe it's normal to behave that way. And so it's like somebody could be really nice, right? And being really nice, they think that that's the balanced way to be, that's normal, all of this stuff. Nice, the etymology of nice it means foolish. The real meaning of nice means foolish. When you're too nice, right, it makes you susceptible to sociopathic, narcissistic people, toxic people and stuff like this, people taking advantage when you have no boundaries, right? So that means foolish, people can walk over you. And so I see people, and then they're ultra nice, and they're thinking that's the way to be, and positive thinking, and da da da. This is how but that's not true. And then I'm speaking to people also where they don't feel like it's good to be angry or upset or anything like that. This is not true. This is not your power. Your power is. It's okay to go on any side of the pole, but it's remembering your center. It's remembering your awareness. And that you are this infinity energy. There's no big or small, it just is. You're a part of, if you see someone that's confident, you notice that they're confident, don't compare yourself to them, realize that is you. And the way in which you feel about it is to remind you that that is you, and you just need to operate from that space and condition your mind to operate from that space. We see aspects of what other people have as good and something that you would like to be, because it's showing you where you can grow, where you can expand. It's showing you a reflection of where you need to grow. But what people do is they disempower themselves and say, oh, I wish I was like that, or I wish I was like this, or I wish I was like that, or I can't be like that. And then we label ourselves, and then we identify with it, and then that becomes a way of who we are, and then we start operating from that space. And as we begin to operate from that space, it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy, law of attraction. And so comparing yourself can be very detrimental. It lowers your self-esteem. And don't wish or hope you can be that way. You are that way because you can see it. If you can see it, you can be it. If you see it, you can be it. You see in your life a reflection of what's within. You see in life what your reticular activating system is filtering out. So if you see someone with more confidence or more happiness, that's because something inside of you is desiring that or wanting that or needing to grow in that particular area. And so what you do is you take that, say, okay, I'm now becoming. I'm now conditioning. I'm now learning to operate from that space. And so when it comes to personal growth and your spiritual journey, never compare. What we want to do is see ourselves as whole and complete. We see ourselves as whole and complete, and then when we become aware of something that we could add to our whole and completedness, then we can go ahead and add that if we want to add that, or shift the behavior. But when we're approaching it from a space of lack, that I need to do this because I don't feel good the way I feel right now, then it's the wrong space to grow from. And then personal growth and spirituality can become a crutch. Just like for a lot of people, the law of attraction is a little bit of a crutch because they want to escape something and move away from something. But in actuality, if they were just whole and complete, they would approach it from abundance, feel good in the moment, and then be able to create what they want. And I'm not talking from, just ideas here. I work with people, we have group coaching, we have a lot of this stuff. And I've, spoken to people and I've worked with them and I've done neutrality shifting with them. And it's like there'll be, a certain attitude before the call, and after the call they're a different attitude. They're still in the same life, they have the same problems, but they're functioning from a completely different energy, different mindset, different psychology. And so when they're functioning from this new psychology, this new way of being, they're going out and doing the things that lead to the life that they want much easier, even though they still have the same challenges and problems. They're at a higher state of awareness. So there is so much power within inside of you. You're amazing. And we want to understand that the external is a reflection of what's going on within. And we can get deep on that topic. We can go into the DNA, we can go into the ancestry, we can go into past lives. Everything within you, your Akashic records, your data, your database is creating your life. A computer, when you go on a computer, it stores information on the hard drive, and that information is staying on the hard drive. When you open a laptop, it's always going to be there when you come back to it. It's the same as your life. You have a database, and the database stores information, and that information is manifesting your life. And what we need to do is adjust and shift our database to align with the timeline of the life that we want. When we shift that, we shift the database and we heal it and we grow it and we expand it and we shift it, guess what? The external reality begins to change. I've noticed in my life, people have started to treat me differently from me just working on shifting the way in which I perceive myself when it comes to communication. And I notice people are having deeper and longer and more comfortable conversations with me because I'm just letting go of the idea that I'm bad at communication. It's really interesting, just that alone, that one shift. But it all came from shifting something within, and the external began to change. So, when it comes to personal growth and you're seeing all these people on YouTube and you wish it was like them, and you're looking at the people on Instagram and you're thinking, hey, I want to be more like that, I want to be more like this, make sure it's coming from a place of abundance and realizing that these people are showing up in your life because you're manifesting them. You're manifesting them not to feel bad and to feel guilty and to feel like you should, be somewhere that you're not and da da da. It's more for you to become and feel more whole and complete. Not to feel lack and take action based on that lack, but to say, oh, that person has this attribute. I really like it. I'm proud of them. When you say you're proud of them, you're proud of yourself. Right? Because that is a reflection of you. I am a reflection of you. And so as you begin to experience that, like, okay, how can I feel more like that now? And then you take it to the visualization process where you would visualize and see yourself with that trait, with that attitude, with that mindset, with that psychology. And now you have it. It's a part of your conditioning. And then now you operate from that space automatically. And so it's not that you are fixing yourself, it's just that you are unlearning and shifting yourself into your ideal state of being. But you need to know that you are source. You need to know that you are infinitely great. Okay? And when you can acknowledge that, you will realize that you are just working on what we call the ego. You are working on the conditioning. And I suggest aligning your conditioning, aligning your ego with a higher power. What I mean by that is making sure your conditioning operates from truth, aligned with your higher self, aligned with a higher power, aligned with source. And now you're just operating like that automatically. You're connected to source automatically, and you're living out your life in alignment with source, without having to like will and try gratitude and do all these different things, all these different techniques. You're just functioning from a high place of power and a high vibrational state. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. We currently offer neutrality shifting coaching if you want to learn how to shift yourself, shift your personality instantaneously. There will be a link in the description if you find out more about that. Currently we're closed, but we're going to be reopening really soon. We'll put you on the waiting list so that when we do reopen, you'll be one of the first people to get neutrality shifting coaching. So there's some videos on screen right now. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.